What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing round 7, Port Adelaide versus St Kilda, which happened in Cairns on Saturday night. An unbelievable game of football. Not really, it was absolutely trash to watch. But in the end, Port Adelaide got the job done by 1 point. One singular point, and it proved that behinds were crucial on the night. So we're going to get straight into that and dive in to see how exactly Port Adelaide pulled off an ugly thriller in Cairns. Round 7. You pinpoint it in the calendar. We're playing St Kilda in Cairns. You're thinking, why? Well, 2 reasons. One, it's normally the Shanghai game, but obviously St Kilda have bought out playing in Cairns the last couple of years. They played Adelaide last year and unfortunately got beaten by an unlikely goal by Riley Thilthorpe. This year, they got beaten by 1 point from Robbie Gray on the boundary line. 4 goals 18, 42 to Port Adelaide. 5 goals 13, 43. St Kilda won the points. Port Adelaide won the goals, and that was the difference. Was 1 point in the end, which was a very, very hard game to watch. And I think all of us Port fans can say, and I think St Kilda fans as well will say, that was probably the worst game of football to watch. And there will be no replays of that game ever watched again. I did watch the replay, however, because I was out at the time. At cricket presentations, we had the big TV in the corner, and we're doing the presentations, and everyone's sort of veering their eyes towards the TV, and I'm facing the opposite way of the TV, turning it around, and breaking my neck to see what exactly is happening. And for the last 2 minutes, the presentations actually paused to watch the last 2 minutes, and what a frantic last 2 minutes it was. I thought St Kilda, with the amount of shots they had in the space of 3 minutes, they were going to run away with it with points. And surprisingly, Port Adelaide, just, it's character building for Port. And the way we were able to, well, not hold on, but to stick with it in a game where it's typical of Port Adelaide, a slow start. St Kilda kicked the first 2 goals of the games in the first quarter, went in the goalless first quarter, which, by the way, Ken Hinkley in his tenure at Port Adelaide's had 41 goalless quarters across his time. That is a lot of football that has been played without a goal, which is, it's 10 games of football. We've essentially not kicked a goal in, which in 10 years, that's extraordinary. But to fight back in that second term, not really let St Kilda run away with anything. It was 1 goal apiece, and it was a scrappy, ugly game of footy. You're playing in Cairns in the wet season. It's hot, humid, dewy conditions. The ground was basically wet. And you're not expecting a lot of good football to be played. Come into the third quarter, it's all of a sudden we come out firing, which normally St Kilda have a very good second half basis, especially in the third quarter. And we've come out, kicked the first goal with Robbie Gray. Great start. And Robbie, I'll get to in a second. Beautiful set shot kick. Then Kane Farrell kicks one. And then we've gone bang bang again with Robbie Gray kicking another after that. Due to a 50-metre penalty, and it was 3 goals to nothing in that third quarter. St Kilda sticking it out with, I think, 6 points in that quarter alone, which is obviously worth a goal. But we've come out, kicked 3 goals, and actually looked the fresher of the 2 sides. And I thought for a second, coming into that last quarter, that we might actually run over them, because the way we were playing, it was scrappy, it was ugly, it was very chaos-like, and it suited us. And, Rosie, Butters, Dersma came on as the sub. They all looked very good. I thought they were very impressive. Farrell was slick. Ollie Wines in the middle was sensational. Back to his Brownlow best, I thought. And besides Robbie Gray, I thought was pretty much best on ground. Along with Ryan Burton too, who I'll get to in a second. But, midfielders were clean enough. And we were able to fight. We got smashed in contested possessions. But the uncontested possessions in that type of game is gold. And to smash them in uncontested play, and really that second half we controlled a lot of the ball and controlled the play, which was very impressive in that aspect. And I thought, surprisingly, it was a very well coached game. Articulated by the slow start, obviously, but it was the way we were able to mould the game in, and for 3 quarters I thought we were fighting pretty handy. And we ourselves missed set shots. We missed pretty gettable set shots and missed goals as well. So to say St Kilda would have won the game easily with their missed set shots, yes, that is true. They probably would have won by 7 or 8 goals if we played at Marvel. But that's a cop-out because we missed the same, well, not the same amount, but we missed some gettable shots as well. So I thought the game was sort of moulded around who could actually kick goals. And to get to that last quarter, and you go Max King within the first couple of minutes, kicks a goal. Very crucial. We nearly missed it, but he kicks the goal. He puts them 8 points up. And then we scrapped our way in that last 15 minutes of play, and we were able to get one out with a beautiful kick from Ryan Burton on his left to Todd Marshall. And credit to Todd Marshall. You know, in a game where conditions do not suit you, and you're playing on a pretty good defender in Dougal Howard, you got a lot of chaos ball. He took 4 marks, only had 7 touches for the night, and kicked a goal. But he kicked that crucial goal in the last quarter, which essentially proved to be the winner. Because it brought us back within 2 points. We then kicked 7 points on the trot, which is baffling. The way he was able to take that moment and say, I'm kicking this goal, was a very impressive effort from him. And, had that other play as well, where he was standing on the mark, Dougal Howard, and Dougal tried to get around him, and then he smothered it out of bounds. And it's just the small things that Todd did in the end that really, I think, proved critical for him. And I'm not going to be critical of his performance because, that type of game, that type of conditions is not going to suit at all. And I think overall his performance was, quiet but impressive in that last 15 minutes or so. And someone that was just impressive the whole night was Ryan Burton on Jack Higgins. I did say Darcy Byrne-Jones should go on to Jack Higgins. I thought maybe that would be a matchup worth trying for himself and a bit of confidence. But Ryan Burton on Jack Higgins kept him to a goal and just dominated him all night. Was playing in front, playing behind, was able to get the spoils, cut off his run. He wasn't able to have massive impacts on the contest or inside 50. And I thought Tom Cleary was very impressive as well against Max King, considering he gets a lot of the ball and a lot of the contested areas he's able to fly in, but Cleary held his own. And he's had a great month of football as well, I thought, since coming back. Kept Whittam and goalless. When he was put on Harry Mackay, he kept him pretty much goalless. I know Mackay kicked 3 goals, but it was when Cleary moved on to him, that was very impressive. Kennedy only kicked a goal against him last week, and then Max King on Saturday night kicking 2 goals. Very impressive from our back line. Tom Jonas led that, and to withheld that storm that was coming early on to then counteract that, I thought was a pretty impressive effort. Overall, am I going to take anything away from this one? Yes. The one big positive that I'm taking away is we found a way to win again, Port fans. We found a way to win. We folded in games this year. Brisbane just got cut up in the end. The showdown was a heartbreaking loss. The D's game where we couldn't kick a goal to 3/4 time, but we were actually playing a game of football. And then Carlton, we were able to fight back into that game, but still couldn't find our way to win. We were just scrappy. You get to this game where it was a scrappy game, it's an ugly game, where we're playing very much a contested area, and you've got players like Robbie Gray who have hands like glue in the slipperiest of conditions. We won't find another Robbie Gray. Is there someone there to be like him? I'm not sure. No one was able to pinpoint kicks, was able to read contests, kick goals at crucial times, stand up and kick the crucial point from the boundary line on a tough angle. I know it's a point. You'd rather a goal, but it's smart enough to miss with 30 seconds to go, kick a point, and then set up and lock that ball in. And then for him to take that 7-metre mark from an Ollie Wine soccer and to take his full 30 seconds. He's 60 metres out. Robbie Gray hasn't kicked 60 metres in his bloody career, but he's lining up for goal to say, I'm taking my 30 seconds. There's 15 seconds left. Passes off to Todd Marshall. Siren sounds. Port Adelaide win. This is the type of game, the result, it doesn't stand out. And us Port fans are like, great, we won by a point against St Kilda and Cairns in the ugliest game of football ever. In the concept of the game itself, yes, I agree. The concept of the season, we're now 2-5. We're 2 games out of the 8, yes. Percentage-wise as well, we're a bit low. But you come up from that with an abundance of confidence because you're able to find a way to win again. After going 0-5, smashing a West Coast outfit that everyone's smashing at the moment, to come up against a top 8 team in Cairns in worse conditions than you've ever played in is a gutsy, terrific win, in my opinion. Yet, in the context of the season, we're not flag contenders. We're not even top 8 contenders at the moment. But it just builds on something a lot bigger than just a 4-point win, grabbing the 4 points from a 1-point win in Cairns. That's just my personal opinion. Everyone's going to have that different opinion. And I want you to let me know in the comments your thoughts on the game and the win that this could set up a season-defining moment for us. But I just can't get over Robbie Gray. That's all I'm going to be thinking about. Is that man is just a joy to watch. That's my review of round 7, Port fans. Port Adelaide getting the job done by 1 point in Cairns against St Kilda. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We've got the Dogs next week, who are very gettable at home on Friday night. It's a crucial night for Port Adelaide and for the football club and for the fans and everyone and for the season, because if we can win that, I think we're back. But we'll find out on Friday night. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content coming your way throughout 2022. My name is Anthony, and as always, can't Robbie Gray.